A woodpecker was lying next to Kuhoo on a cot. "It looks like you had a nice team," he lisped. Kuhoo grinned, for Dr. Langur had bandaged the woodpecker's beak. "Don't off!" the woodpecker said angrily. Sorry. Kuhoo controlled his laughing and asked, "What's your name?" "Dudude," the woodpecker replied. "Kurkure? What name is that?" Kuhoo felt like laughing again. "Dwarfing again?" he said angrily. "What happened to you?" Kuhoo asked him. "I wanted a home. To have the home, I chose the wrong kind of tea. Actually, my papa had told me about the teas on which I should mate at home. But I was busy playing and never heard him. And this is the consequence. I got the impression that all teas were alike. But some teas have a hard bark, while some are soft-wooded. Next time, I'll make proper study before hollowing my home." Now, Kuhoo did not feel like laughing. He thought of the crows and the nest. He told his story to the woodpecker. Kurkure heard it lying on the bed and felt sad. He said, "I have a mama and papa, and so I thought everyone must be having them. But I did not know that life becomes so miserable without mother and father." Kuhoo said, "Why did they behave with me like this? I just can't understand it." Kurkure said, "Hey, there's plenty that even I don't understand. Mama always used to say, you'll understand when you grow up. I'm grown up now. That's why I'm hollowing my home. Until there is a lot yet to understand. How old must I get to understand all? I don't know." They were interrupted by Dr. Langur's husky laughter coming from the cot in the corner. Kuhoo and Kurkure were surprised. The doctor wasn't here. If he was, he used to have a stethoscope around his neck, and he moved around checking everybody. Why would he lie on a cot like a patient? And although the voice was the doctor's, why was he laughing like a fool? They looked carefully and saw a myna. "Oh, this myna, she surprises everyone with her mimicry," said Dainty, the faint-voiced, spotless white butterfly lying on a cot next to Myna. She had got fever as she had floated too long in the garden in the afternoon. The voice came again. "Don't lie, or I'll tell Papa." Kuhoo looked in shock at Kurkure. His beak was shut. Now the myna was imitating Kurkure's voice. Just then Dr. Langur came in. He scolded the myna. "Oh, you better stop this mimicry. Someday humans will catch you and lock you up in a cage, and then you will be forced to imitate them all the day." The fear of the huge syringe in Dr. Langur's hand made not only the myna but all of them silent. The moment Dr. Langur left, after examining and giving them medicines, they let out a sigh of relief. "What are humans? Why is he making us fear them? Are they terrible creatures?" Kuhoo asked. "I have no clue. I've never seen humans. My papa told me that they too are creatures, but now they don't live in the forest," Kurkure answered. "So, where do they live now?" Kuhoo asked. "Oh, they live in large herds and have built their houses outside the forest. The place where they live is called as village or city," said the myna. "How do you know? Who told you? Your mama or your papa?" Kurkure raised a doubt. "My grandma," the myna said. "My parents were trapped and taken away by humans. Humans are cruel." But what do they do of such trapped birds?" asked Kuhoo. They make them pets, Maina said. And what does that mean? Kuhoo asked. He was clueless. It means that they lock them up in cages. They feed them and give them water. They teach them to talk like humans, the Maina said. But why? Kuhoo asked. You'll understand it when you grow up, Kurkure put in. This made Kuhoo curious about humans. Kuhoo was cured by Dr. Langur's medicine quite early. Like Saru, now Kurkure, Maina and Dainty became Kuhoo's near and dear friends. Kuhoo was discharged from Dr. Langur's hospital. After coming out, the question, what next, loomed large in front of Kuhoo. Saru suggested, First come with me to my home. I stay in a hollow of the tree. What kind of nest do cuckoos have? Her words made Kuhoo sad. He said, Oh dear, I didn't even know I was a cuckoo. And so how will I know how our nests are? Those who have parents with them know about nests. See how many things have Kurkure learned from his parents. Forget that he didn't learn it properly. There's nobody to teach me. What shall I do? Where shall I go? What and how shall I eat and drink? What work shall I do? I'm just unable to understand. Saru became grave. She had seen many nests on trees and even on ground. Kites, crows, herons, waterfowl and others have their beautiful nests on trees. Quails, partridges, jungle fowl, spurfowl made their nests in shrubs. The whiskered terns, Deccan larks and lapwings made their nest on ground. The bowl-shaped nests of faint-tailed warbler are always near the lake. The nest of the wild duck lay in the grass near the lake. The nests of coot, weathercock and little grebe are seen floating on water. Tiny nests made of reeds, wonderful like boats. The white-throated munia builds a ball-shaped nest made of twigs, grass and fine roots inside a bush. The tailor bird was smart. He made his nest by superbly stitching the leaves with web threads. And what can one say of the bungalow of the buyer, dangling from the branches? And also the nests of the sunbird and the vultures too. The northern green barbet, woodpecker and parakeet made their nests in the hollows of full-grown green tree trunks. Their incomplete attempts of making a home were sometimes occupied by smaller birds. And the hill myna, like Saru, lived in tree hollows. And the kingfisher and the other water-loving birds dug the soft river banks for nesting holes. Only the vultures lived on the faraway hills. But Kuhoo did not know where and how to make his nest. Saru and he sat down on a dried log to think. And as he could not understand anything, little Kuhoo slowly felt like crying. Kuhoo's weeping disturbed the sleep of Grandpa Owl, who was sleeping in the hollow of a large tree which was nearby. Grandpa Owl woke up and asked, "Who is that? Who's crying there?" Saru realized that while talking, completely unaware, they had moved close to Grandpa Owl's hollow. Grandpa Owl stayed awake all night and used to spend his day taking rest. And so, all of them had decided that in daytime, no one will approach or come close to the hollow of Grandpa Owl and disturb him. Unknowingly, they had broken this rule. Saru said to Grandpa Owl, "Grandpa, please excuse us for a mistake. This is Kuhoo, my new friend. He is all alone in the world. He does not know what to do and where to go. Can you please help him out of this problem?" After listening to Saru, Grandpa Owl bobbed his head out from his hollow. He saw everything clearly only at night. He was different from all other birds in one way. He could rotate his head in 180 degrees in both directions. Kuhoo peered at him. He wondered how there were horns on Grandpa Owl's head, although he was a bird. Lately, he realized that they were dust of feathers. The arrangement of Grandpa Owl's eyes was such that Kuhoo felt that he is staring at him.
"Come close to me, my child,"
Grandpa Owl told Kuhoo. Kuhoo slowly flew up to the edge of the tree hollow. Kuhoo was feeling miserable. Grandpa Owl felt for Kuhoo's head and gently stroked it with his wing. He thought a while and said,
"Oh, it is so unfortunate that you had these experiences for no fault of yours. Now you do one thing. Go and meet Mother Nature. Tell her all that you have experienced and your complaints. She alone can help you out of this."
Kuhoo thanked Grandpa Owl. He said sorry for having disturbed him in his sleep. Saru asked Kuhoo then,
"What will you do?"
"Of course, I'm going to meet Mother Nature and tell her everything. I'm going to follow Grandpa Owl's advice," replied Kuhoo firmly. His decision to fly to meet Mother Nature made misery fly away from him. Saru Squirrel became Kuhoo's fast friend. Her tail was as long as her body. She was proud of a lovely bushy soft tail. 3 bands ran along her back, glowing like gold under the soft sunlight. Kuhoo admired these bands a lot. Saru said to Kuhoo, "You better stay here for a few days. You can sleep well in the space made by these walking branches. I have collected some fruits. You can eat them. After you feel better, then we'll figure out how to reach nature." "Okay," said Kuhoo. The mango tree where Saru stayed was really old. It had such a massive trunk that 322 birds of the size of Kuhoo, touching wingtip to wingtip, would barely have girdled it. The tree had 52,714 leaves. Due to this canopy, it looked plump. It was so dense that no one standing underneath could see the sky through the canopy. It blossomed and kept spreading its faint, sweet scent around. Clusters of little unripe mangoes dangled from it. Slowly, they grew into ripe, saffron-colored mangoes. Birds, squirrels, and monkeys flocked to eat these mangoes. Kuhoo started liking the jungle, the mango tree, his little nest-like shelter amid the branches of the mango tree. Now, even his sound, his notes started flowing freely.